Good evening, folks. How y'all doing this Friday evening? It is Boule, the DoN here, pixelated, trying to figure this out here. But in the meantime, we also have partner in crime. Wait, this way. We can get the pixelation to stop. Over here, we got Mr. Gen X Collectibles. Good evening, sir. How was your week?
It went by pretty quick. It was okay.
It was okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. Hold on a sec. Let me get rid of one thing. I think I might be overtasking. All right. And then let me refresh, folks, real quick. See if that helps. Oop, wrong one. Wrong one. That's property. Oh. Hello. How many times have you done this now?
Once or twice.
Okay. Yeah, refresh. Okay. Now let's see how that works. No, oh, wait. Come on. Be nice to me, camera. Be nice. I don't. You know what? We're just going to drive on. You know,
it's not being.
We're here,
it's not being
and
nice.
no, it's not being nice. So let's reach out to the chat here and say good evening to the fine folks who have joined us. Let's see who we got here. Who do we got? We have Mr. Werner. Good. Hello, StreamYard. Let me select. There you go. Wow, this thing's. I don't know what's going on here. Well, Mr. Werner, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We got CG Coins. Thank you for joining us. We have, of course, Mr. Gen X Collectibles. We got our main man, Mr. Andy Resnick. We have, see if I can cycle. We have Mr. Silver Wolverines with us this evening. Good evening, sir. He put out some content this week, so be sure you dial in on his channel and have a listen. Give him a little thumbs up and leave him a comment. You know, especially related to all things Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know I was going to put that in there. And let's see who else we got. Donald in New Mexico. My brother, how are you? I know I'm pixelating. I'm trying to figure that out. So who else I think we are caught up at the moment.
Nope, you forgot one.
Who did I forget? Kenomine? Oh, Kenomine. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here this evening. You would think the engineer wouldn't have problems with technical difficulties. However,
the operations guy is fine right now.
What's that? The operations guy?
The operationals guys is fine right now.
Yeah. If you only saw what I was working on this afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Let's try this. Let's reconnect. Hold on. Let me shut off. I'm still here. Let's completely reboot the camera. Let's see what happens. All right. We're going to hit that. We're going to reconnect with the device and refresh. And let's see what happens. I just saw myself pixelate. Don't pixelate. Don't pixelate. Don't pixelate. Ah!
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. You know what? We're just going to drive on, folks. And if it comes,
as long as the audio is there, it should be okay. And he's gone.
Yeah, if I have to go to this so people don't get motion sickness, so be it.
No, Kenomine, you're not chopped liver. I was looking out for you.
I don't like liver. I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, see, I love liver.
No, what's the heck?
Onions, one of my favorites. But I gotta be in the right mood.
I'm still
Good
here.
evening, second perpetrator.
Okay. try that again. We'll do the old-fashioned Lockheed Martin reset.
Any Resnick wants to take bets on who wins, either you or the machine. I think right now the machine has got a 2-to-1 advantage, so I'd need odds.
Yes, the machine is definitely going to win. Come on.
Yeah, I know Silver Wolverine. A lot of people do not like, most people do not like liver and onions, but I grew up eating that kind of stuff. My dad made fantastic liver and onions, so I'm kind of spoiled. So I'm very picky when it comes to liver and onions, is how it's cooked. And I found a little hole-in-the-wall restaurant in Florida that made absolutely the best liver and onions that I've eaten in a restaurant ever. So next to properly home-cooked liver and onions. And since that's probably not a very appetizing topic for most, we'll just leave it there. I like them. But I am also weird when it comes to food.
Yeah, I don't like liver. Don't. No, never had a taste for it. Never.
Yeah, like I'll get
care for it. No.
My dad, part of the side of his family, they were farmers. There you go.
Yeah.
Looks
Better?
Like, yep. Looks
all
better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up on a farm, they don't waste any part of an animal. So he learned how to properly prepare and cook just about any part of an animal.
So, hey, we got Silver Frogman arrived. Good evening, sir. Thank you. Excuse me, Frogman. I'm going to assume sir is okay. So, please correct me if I'm wrong. But Silver Frogman, good evening. Thanks for joining us here. Thanks for sharing. Everyone, thanks for sharing part of your Friday evening with us.
So, obviously, I know you had a busy week.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I had. Yeah.
So
it was. Yeah, I can't say a whole lot.
Yeah, no, we'll leave it there. Just in case anybody missed it, the markets all took a huge hit today. Gold finished down 1980 to finish at 1740, and silver finished down at 35 cents for an ask price of 1902, and then palladium and platinum all ended down. Rhodium finished up. The stock markets also took a hit. So just FYI, I know a lot of people do keep track of that information, especially when you're buying precious metals. However, the premiums seem to wipe out what the markets do anyway. So take it for what it's worth. And we've lost him. He's not even in the basement. So, until the DoN comes back with evening decaf, sounds like he needs to give his computer some caffeine, or his camera. Yes, Silver Wolverine, Mr. Paulo did a great service today. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand the markets didn't like it, but he's caught between a rock and a hard place at this point. I think they were slow to react to begin with, but and we don't want to delve into politics, so I'm not going to go there. But yeah, it was a mess. Maybe at some future date, I'll have a greasy show on my channel where we can delve deeper into that kind of stuff. Stacking perpetuity, yeah, St. Guns are going to hold their value. I do not own one, but that is on my very short list of things to acquire. Anything pre 33 gold, for the most part, is holding its value, or anything that is collectible, that is scarce, holds their own for the most part. The enhanced reverse proof from 2019, the S Mint, any of the key dates, all those are the what spot does. It doesn't really affect them, especially St. Gaudens that I've seen. I mean, you might see a small little drop, but not much, because that's a whole different thing. That's not a stacking coin, or what people are buying in volume for the most part, unless they are registry set people and they're buying with much as they can. But for the average collector like you or I, and that's just not something that people stack. We'll stack constitutional, or we'll stack generics. Hopefully people aren't stacking. Oh, he's back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4,
Yep.
3, 2, 2, 1. Yes, no, yes, no. Vogue. Gotta go to the music. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Well, I guess we figured out that problem, sort of, kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, seems to be working.
Yeah, a partially loose Cat 5 connection. I use one of those splitter
Okay.
bus thing. You plug in the USB 3.0 slot, and then it gives you multiple 3.0 slots.
Yep.
Yep. Well, the power connection to that was unplugged, which fades the camera, the microphone, and the
That would explain the issue. I have one of those too that I don't have to use anymore. Actually, I have two of them, and so I just use them as extra USB ports now, because my computer, unlike my laptop, where I needed that, my computer's got a cat. I just plug it right into my computer.
yeah, multiple problems. So
Yes. So
okay,
we were
now.
just chatting. Mr.
Sorry, folks.
Mr. Perpetrator was saying that he traded in his St. Gaudens today. And apparently he's got a video in the works for what he probably acquired with said coin. I was explaining to folks that, in my opinion, I went through the spot price for gold and silver. And let's see what sketch up on. And the St. Gaudens, or pre-33 gold, is rarely, if ever, affected by spot price. That's strictly a collector's piece, and those premiums or those prices maintain relatively steady, unless a big hoard of them is found for a particular year or something that would drive down the price, which is still possible. I mean, you never know. People have stashed. But other than that, that's what we discussed. And now I shall turn the floor back over to you, good sir. It's your show.
Well, the thing is, I had stuff up on the window here. Now I got to rebuild it. I was like, So I wanted to show folks. I'll get to that later. Yeah. Oh, well, here's a good question. And you are in the grading realm. As I have started sending in coins for grading.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I might have asked it, but I'm going to ask it again. Grading gold coins, i.e. gold bullion, like Eagles, like the proofs that the U.S. Mint offers, are they truly worth getting graded?
I don't see a huge difference in the secondary market as far as paying for premiums. However, if you have like in 1986, the first year that they reintroduced the gold coins, those do bring a premium. So the older they are, they do bring some premium. As far as modern, for any type of immediate results, other than the V75 Gold Eagle that came out, which is still, I mean, they released that for, I think it was 2,500 or 2,400, and it still sells for, if you find one still sealed in the mint box, they're going for 10 to 12 grand. 69 is around 10 grand, and a 70 is 12, 13,000. So those bring huge premiums graded or raw, either way. I myself, I have bought a gold piece or two that were graded because the price was no different. Basically, it was the same price as if I was to buy a modern one.
Yeah.
And I kept one, and I ended up selling one I sold it for basically for the same price that I bought it for. So I didn't lose any money on it. I think it's a personal preference. But for the registry folks, yes, they need to have those graded. And that is an extremely expensive game to play when you get into the gold.
Yeah, registry. Right.
But
now you're talking to, yeah, you're talking about the big boys now, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just find it, I wanted to pose the question because I just find it amazing. You know, gold's already expensive. The proofs that the U.S. Mint offers are, you know, you got premium, then you got their premium, you know,
which is crazy.
Then you got to tack on, you know, premium grading because it's the dollar value is, you know, order of magnitude higher than.
Yeah, you normally got to go. You don't have to go. You don't have to go to the top tier, but you got to go for that is worth up to $3,000 or whatever the tier bracket is. So you do pay a higher grading fee.
Yeah,
but again, for those,
I have no intention of sending any gold coins in because this, to me, is just bullion. I stack it, I'm happy. You know. You know, if it's some odd, you know, if it's, you know, I don't know anything about pre-33s, but that is, you know, you and I talked about those, and I would agree those are probably those would be ones you want graded because you want some level of authenticity to say, yes, this is a pre-33 double eagle. You know, excuse me if I'm using the wrong description there.
Yeah.
But to that, I see the value because that's assurance that it is a legit.
Right, because all of them are counterfeited so badly. And Silver Wolverine makes a great point. If I can do it. That is also a very expensive coin because, well, the PF70 in 1996, correct me if I'm wrong, Silver Wolverine, but isn't that the one that only was available in the gold 4-coin set that they released? And they only made 10, 12,000, something like that of those, or 15,000. It was a very low mintage. So to find a 96 W, and I could be wrong. You know what? I have a green book.
Oh, there you go.
A green book. What the heck am I thinking? A green book. Sorry, folks. I'm on medication.
And by the way, good evening, young lady. How are you? We know who she is.
Nick's Coins is here. Okay, I heard the scissors while I'm reading here.
Good evening, Nick. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for spending part of your Friday evening with us.
No, that was a 95. Pardon me. It was a 95 W.
I think, the
one that came.
Yeah, SW confirms 95 W proof.
Yep.
And the only moderator who is allowed to call me bully is Miss Rhonda. Good evening.
Hello, Miss Rhonda.
Miss Rhonda, I hope you are doing well, young lady.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I hope you're doing better and things are going well. I miss seeing you in the streams. And I know that you did go live this week, and unfortunately, I missed it. I can't remember
Yeah,
what I was doing. I think I got my haircut that day or something. I don't know. I actually did leave the house a couple of times. And I've been to the post office a couple of times.
Yeah, I'll be going to the post office, if not tonight, to the overnight safety deposit. It's like the night. Never mind.
Yeah.
I got a package, so I got to drop off.
Yeah, so do I. I actually have two that I'm sending out.
Yeah, that's just interesting. It just fascinates me. The argument of why. Well, first off, why would you send a coin in for grading anyway, especially if it's modern? And then the next order of magnitude, why would you send something as expensive as a proof eagle? Say this is 2020 or 2022. Why would you send in a 2022 proof eagle from the mint for grading? That is truly the the spendy people who are like super invested into those registry sets. Yeah, I'm into that game because it's fun.
Yeah,
of course, my registry sets are fun ones because one is like Star Wars.
The only thing that I will add when it comes to grading modern either bullion or proof, be it silver eagles or gold eagles or gold buffaloes, is if you're intending to will your collection for generational wealth or passing it down. So in, let's say, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, depending on your age, whenever you cross over to the other side and they have a box full of coins, that those are authenticated by the third-party grading service, so that your grandchildren or great-grandchildren, it's no different than us buying pre-33 right now, right? We know that it's legit. Now, they've got metal testers and they've got all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm just saying that could be one argument that people say, well, that's why I get it graded, because I'm never going to cash it in anyway, and I'm planning on leaving it. So, wait a minute. We got a problem here.
We have a problem. Yeah. What's that? I've
never seen E.T.
Really? Yeah, never seen. It's one thing that you and SW haven't seen Star Wars. Fine, okay. But E.T. really? Really? Come on.
That's so many levels down wrong that I don't even know where to begin.
See, even him and I agree. May not be. It's not the Star Wars stuff. It's E.T. Shame.
Next, you're gonna tell me you have never seen The Godfather either.
Who? Me? Oh no.
Next coins. You can turn on any scene of The Godfather, and all I got to do is look at the scene, and I can probably tell you the next line.
Yeah, that was good. And then
there's a handful of movies like that.
Yeah, they don't make movies like that anymore. They don't. But I think you make a valid point about the argument for getting stuff coins graded. Is to help your legacy, help to end of life, whether it's an estate trust or your will, to make sure leave instructions for you, just like what perpetrator is saying here.
That's correct.
But let me back up though. That is all part of the big game plan,
right?
And that's what most people in our community aren't doing.
Yeah, it all goes back to your exit.
Stack.
It goes back to your exit strategy. And if your exit strategy is to leave it for family, then that's your exit strategy. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No. But you're going to handicap them, because what if you had some coins in there that are at that point of time worth thousands of dollars versus you spent, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 or two, and now it's worth, and I'm exaggerating the numbers. So you're doing them a disservice if you are not making these plans, and
Oh, here we go.
Rant mode.
Okay, here we go. Just a second. You can't go in rant mode yet. Okay.
Problem I have, one of the biggest problems I have with stacking community is everybody puts on these blinders and it's, oh, let's just stack for weight. Okay, I want to get the most I can for the least amount of money. I don't care where or how I get it. Just stack. Just give me silver. Give me silver. Give me silver. Give me gold. Give me gold. Give me gold. All right. You're building your stack. You're building the pile of these metals. You're diving into the pile like Scrooge McDuck is in this cartoon. Well, what the heck are you going to do with that stuff when you are not on this planet anymore? You know, how are you ensuring that the bills are getting paid while you're trying to build this stack? Are you shortchanging yourself? Are you shortchanging your spouse, your kids, your grandkids? You got to have a plan. You just can't blindly go out and just start buying left and right. And it sickens me that there are so many of these big channels out there and all they want to do is tell you when to buy and when to sell. Okay. And then they want to go on the screen here and say, hey, look at the latest news from coinworld.net. Oh, so I need your help to read a website. I can't read that website for myself and make my own decision. I need you to tell me what I should buy, when I should buy it, and when I should sell it. It's not your business of telling me how to run my stack. If you're out here to provide content, then give me content. Don't keep repeating the same thing that somebody else said. Why don't you come up with something new? I'm kind of going on a little bit of a tangent here, but it's pretty amazing of how these big whales out here can't think up a new idea. And yet little channels that come up have an idea, they put some content out there, and a couple hours later, wait a minute. They're talking about the same thing I just did. Is that plagiarism? Where are the morals? Where's the ethics in our community? If somebody put out a piece of content you thought was a great idea, why don't you give them the credit that they deserve because they beat you to the punch? You know, you guys, you bigwigs, you are so big that you think you're untouchable. You know, get off your high horse and why don't you give back to this community? Why don't you be out there providing content that helps the new person, that helps the new stacker, that helps the new collector, instead of showing, oh, look at the 1,000 of ounces of gold and silver I have in front of me. Ha ha, I have made it. Okay, you selfish son of a... Why don't you give back to the community? Why is that so hard for you? Are you selfish? Are you greedy? Are you so hung up on yourself that you're willing to step on the little guy? It's sad. It is so sad that the whales in this community are the way they are. And I challenge them. You want me to come up on your stream and talk and debate with you? Bring it. Bring it. Because I can tell you something. You know, I've done what's called critical design reviews. I've done reviews in front of generals, in front of colonels, in front of men and women. They got brass. Well, when they used to wear it on here, now it's a little tab on here. You know, they went into combat. And I've had to look them into the face and tell them, yes, my design works. Please tell me what's wrong in the field so I can help you fight your war. Fight the war. It is my job to make sure you come home using the equipment that I designed. So if you want to have a debate with me, bring it. 20 20 plus years of an engineer designing systems for our military to defend your freedom. You know what? I want to take advantage of those freedoms too. It's called the First Amendment. I want to speak my mind. If you don't like it, unsubscribe to my channel. But I'm going to call you guys out every time you go out there and you're trying to make a fast buck on people. You know, I just heard in our community about somebody trying to scam folks for a quick buck. You know, what's the saying? You know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me. Wait, no. Wait, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, that ain't right. It ain't right. You know, we're supposed to be here to lift each other up, to help each other up. But no, this community's become so manipulative. It's all about making a fast buck. Everybody, all they want to do is have an auction. All they want to do is play these games. You know, I want to buy, I want to sell, I want to flip. Everybody wants to flip because they want to make that quick, fast buck. You know, and the only and the content that they're making, it ain't worth a crap. It really isn't. It really, you know, it's useless because as soon as, you know, whale A makes this video, whale B is right here behind him, and then whale C behind that. It's just filler material. You know, how about you big whales engage your audience? Instead of sitting up in your high horse here, putting out whatever content you are, why don't you go into a live stream? Why don't you bring one of your subscribers into the panel and have a talk with them one-on-one without charging them money? Why don't you connect? Why don't you have a debate? What are you afraid of? Somebody showing you up? You know, I fear no man on this planet. There is one man I fear. He died on a Friday and he returned to the earth on a Sunday. And there's nobody out in this community who has done that or who is that. I fear him. I am not worthy to stand in his shadow. So trust me, nobody out in this community is going to scare me. You know, I may not be the most elegant debater in the world. You're right. I'm going to lose some debates. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to try. I'm not afraid to stand up and speak. And that's what our community needs. It needs the little people to unite together and tell these mofos, you need to change. We're tired of the same runaround over and over again. And that's what I'm going to do with my channel. Yeah, I'm going to make content that you guys... Yeah. Yeah. Unless you've studied physics, chemistry, engineering, material sciences, biology, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to go one-on-one with me. I think that there are a few out there who can, and there's, you know what? I'm not the smartest person in the world. I know that. But at least I got the guts to say, I'm going to try. And if I see you guys pulling some crap, I'm going to call you out on it. And what are you going to do? You're going to call your lawyer and send me a cease and desist letter? There's this little thing I said. It's called the First Amendment. Oh, the freedom of speech. It is incredible. And it goes both ways. So mind your P's and Q's, folks. Because there is a revolution in the coin and stacking community. It's coming. And you big whales know it because you guys are hurting. You guys are hurting. You got fewer subscribers. You're getting fewer members joining your channels. You're hurting. You need to change. And I've seen one or two people change because they realize there's a new wave coming. So you're either going to ride the wave or you're going to sink. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you tip your waitresses and your bartenders this evening. And that's all I got.
You okay?
Yeah. That there was a couple of tangents that went there. So I had to kind of, I had to tell myself, reel it back, But it needed to be said, and I wanted to get it off my chest because I'm tired of this same old stuff. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Let's check coinworld.net for the latest news. And we'll go over here. Hey, everybody, let's go over to coinworld.net and check out the latest news. Hi, everybody, let's go over to coinworld.net and check the latest news. Really? Do you think that the majority of the stacking and coin community audience has an 8th grade reading level, and they need you to read an article to them? Why don't you give us something fresh, something new, something different? And they're going to come back. Well, what have you provided? I'll give you one. I did something that I know none of the whales did. What did you guys do on the most recent silver raid? There was a video that was a compilation of the big whales that got together and pretty much said, yeah, don't do it. And I totally agreed. I'm glad that they stepped up and said, don't participate in this crap. What did I do? I did a silver raid. I raided I took my silver and raided a charity. I gave them a couple of ounces of silver to make the world where I live a little bit better. How's that for your silver raid, folks? And how about Memorial Day? The men and women out there who died for this country, so you can stack and say the crap you want on YouTube. And do we hear a peep from you to show them honor and respect and love? It shows that most of them have never worn a uniform, or they've never been in a family that had someone who wore the uniform. The Purple Heart series of coins. I was into it. I was getting into it and everything. And then I took a step back. Did the coin meet the purpose of the intent of that series? It was to take money raised from those coins to give to wounded veterans, right? The Purple Heart Association or something like that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. No. People want to send those damn things out, get graded. Let's flip them. Let's make that quick buck. And you're going to do that on the back of men and women who've died for this country. I made a tribute video. Nothing to do with coins. Nothing to do with me. About them. About the ones that didn't come home. But you want to make a quick buck. You want to sell your mining stocks. You want to sell your radioactive stocks. It's all about making a quick buck, but you don't want to help the community. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. In my own way, I'm coming for you. Because I fear no man who walks this earth. It's not a threat. It's just a promise that I'm going to do what I can to make a difference. And like I say, with the first law of thermodynamics, transform your energy into a force for good. That's what I'm all about. I ain't here for a buck. I make enough money on my own. Trust me, okay? I'm doing this because I want to help people. I want to connect with people. Everybody here knows. What's the one? What is one of my mantras? Fostering friendship and fellowship. I want more of that in our community. Forget the coins. Forget the gold. Forget the precious metal. Forget about it. Talk to each other. Our country is so screwed up right now that nobody wants to talk. It's us versus them. There's no middle ground. What happened to the days where people can have an argument, a respectful debate, and then they can walk away and have dinner together? Those days are gone because everyone wants to put up their barriers. That's why we need to foster friendship and fellowship in this community more. But it's lost because it's all, I don't have it in front. I don't have a, piece of fiat or whatever in front of me, but it's all about one of these things. That's fine. This is part of why we're here. We want to talk about gold and silver and stacking and planning our future and all that good stuff. But why does it have to be about making a quick buck? Why can't we talk to each other and learn from each other? Become friends. Build community. And I see this community starting to fall apart. And part of me, the sad part, a little part of me wants it to fail. Because it needs, just like the analogy of the phoenix, it needs to rise up from the ashes to be reborn again. So if you're a content creator, if you want to get into this stuff, do it. But don't do it to make a buck. Do it because you want to help people. Do it because you want to entertain people. Oh my God, we all need a good laugh right now, right? That's why I bring Chief Security, which happens to be on TDY with the grandparents, because they saw some extremely fast critters that needed to be taken care of. Let's build community, folks. Let's not worry about making a buck. Making a buck will happen in due course. Let's talk to each other. Let's reach out to each other. Okay? It's a lot to ask. I know. That's all I got. And now everybody's gone.
No, we've had a few, but that's okay. It's your show, man. Get it off your chest.
Well, the problem is preaching to the choir here. It's how do you reach out to these big whales?
Yeah. That's the catch.
I think
some of them do occasionally pop in, lurk. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I'm still going to do the content that I provide. Nobody else is doing what I'm doing. So.
No, and when I get off my butt and finally put that first video out this weekend, nobody's going to be doing what I'm doing. And I won't be reading the latest news and information from coinworld.net. I won't be doing that. I won't be looking at spot prices. No. And in fact, I'm going to see what we can do so you can get college credit when you watch my videos. I'm kidding.
I gave, when you went off the air for a minute, I gave everybody the spot price.
Oh, did you? Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I have very thick skin. I will say that there are people that do stay on top of the news and are extremely timely with presenting it, and it is good content, and that others follow. Um, Primarily, Silver Wolverine stays on top of that stuff like a hawk, and he normally breaks a lot of that stuff. Um, which is interesting because he'll break the news and then I'll go back and I'll read the article or I'll do my own digging after he brings it to my attention because that's not something that I'm staying on top of as close of that he does. You know, that's part of what he does. Same thing with the mint numbers and all that stuff. I don't do any of that stuff because Silver Wolverine does it. Right? He's on top of the sales figures that the mint provides. He's on top of the bullion sales and all that kind of stuff. So I think that there's a difference between those that are breaking the news and explaining that news that yes, we can find it, but he's assimilating that in a fashion that we can listen to and watch. And he's normally first when stuff's breaking. I mean, he's popping in all day long where you see a video pop up about this or that. So, I don't think that what you're saying is wrong. That by the time the 10th person has repeated what's already been explained by 9 other people, you're right. You know, time to move on. So, in a roundabout way, I am definitely agreeing with you, but I also see where people that actually are breaking the news on occasion. There's a purpose for that.
There is, and there's some good people out there who do a good job, with the news, as you have eloquently said, and it's great. It's great, but we don't need 20, 40, 50 people doing the same thing.
Well, yeah, with the new stuff, I mean, you get a couple people because not everybody's subscribed to everybody. But a lot of us in the community are subscribed to a lot of different channels. A lot of people, so we see a lot of the feeds that come in. Yeah,
they cross the streams, I know.
But you're right. I mean, somebody does something, so somebody's got to up somebody because their stack is bigger than the next stack, and now we get into a, match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it cool to see everybody's huge stacks? Yeah, for about a second, and then I click off. I don't want to sit there and watch a 12-minute video on thousands of ounces of tab. And I'm not jealous. That doesn't affect me at all, nor am I getting any education from it. Kinomine.
I like what she says right here. What's right?
Yep.
Excuse me. What's right for one might not be right for another. Pick the streams that is giving what you're looking for. And this is her words. I've left many streams because I'm not getting the information I'm looking for. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. But you know what? Go back to one of my points. What I want to do is I want you guys to tell me what you're looking for. I can't think of everything. That guy can't think of everything.
Heavens no, not me.
I can't. I can't anticipate that stuff. If there's stuff that's missing, let's talk about it. And I'm the person, the first thing I'll do is say, hey, Nick's Coins brought up this great idea. We're going to bring her up on panel. We're going to talk about this. And excuse me, Nick, for using you as an example. I will be the first person to give anyone the credit for the idea. Like the question I asked Gen X about what was the first coin, or was it a coin series that got you started in the whole coin collecting and stacking? That question is from Mr. V Rose. And every time I ask that question to somebody new, I will say, this question is from Mr. V Rose. What is the coin that got you started? I have no problem giving people the credit that is rightfully due to them. You know what that's called? That's called integrity.
Yeah.
I need to calm down. Woo! I'm even getting a little too tense for myself. Like, oh my god!
I'm trying to keep it even keel for you, but
wow,
you got a lot of pent up thoughts running through that. Maybe it's between those headphones there.
Maybe it's a little bit of work this week that's kind of got me fired up.
Hey.
You know, it's hard. It's hard for young, small channels to break out, because how do you gotta find a niche. You gotta find something that'll make you stand out. But the problem is people's attention spans are about. Let me get over here so you can get some contrast. About this big. So how are you going to capture the audience?
You got to get creative somehow, and it's not easy to create content. It doesn't matter what you're doing on YouTube or the niche that you're in. Everybody's got the same dilemma. Not everybody's Mr. Beast, right?
Right.
You know, where he's gaining 4.6 subs per second, 24 hours a day. You know, not everybody's like that. We don't have the budget. We don't have the time or the resources, I should say. But
Mrs.
in our community,
Mrs. Coin Crew, thank you. Good evening. Thank you for joining me in the middle of this rant. I apologize for that. The 5K show, the celebration was very wonderful. I think everybody had a great time. I know you had to go through a lot of work getting everything situated and get everything in the mail. So I know that was a very daunting task for you, but the Coin Crew Nation appreciates you and appreciates Keith. And the Coin Zone is my local coin shop. They just happen to be in Michigan. So thank you, Mr.
Which I haven't visited in a while.
And John Shanks, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being here.
Oh, Miss Kennel Mind. Tune in Sunday on my show, on my thoughts on that.
They give stuff. Oh, okay. Cool. I'll be able to sit back. Here's my drink. Here's my popcorn. And I'm going to just go, yo.
No, it's not that bad. Although you never know. Once you get going on those, things start happening. So you just never know.
Excuse me. Azure Blue is he's offering his services here, so we may have a house party at his place. Hey, good evening, sir. How are you? We haven't long time to see. Glad you're here. And Safety 13, good evening. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Thank you.
Yes, I was trying to say hello as they were popping in during your
sermon
speech, and so I tried to stay on top. I think I caught everybody that.
Wait, did you? And good evening to Brown Sugar 0069er.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the jingle. That's copyrighted.
Yeah.
I will say 69er because that's kind of military-ish, and you guys know, I'm in that industry, so.
Wow, that's.
If this is from SW, if two or more of us share a Coin World article, the video might have already been pre-recorded but uploaded around the same time. Yeah, I understand. Completely. I mean, it has. We need the news. We
Yes,
need the
you
news.
need
We
the
need
news.
good people to interpret that news for us, because a lot of us, I'm not a numismatic trained, experienced person. So yeah, I need people like you, SW, to help me understand this news. But my problem is, it's just like the media today. Everybody has their own spin on it. Why don't you give me the facts and not the opinion?
Yeah.
But sometimes you need the opinion to figure out the facts. So, it's a vicious cycle. So I'm glad I'm not doing any of that new stuff. And if I do, somebody call me out on it. This guy will. But if he doesn't, please say, hey, don't do a news article.
There's nothing wrong with doing a news article, but I can kindly remind you that this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel already did it.
You know what? It was suggested by some folks that I need to digress from coins and precious metals and just do a dog channel. It'll just be the Marty show.
But it's kind of hard because Marty goes on TTY a lot.
Yeah, I know. He goes on TTY because he loves his grandma and grandpa very, very much. Man, but they also put him to work too.
That's right.
But yes, he is going to have like a playlist. I'm gonna call it Chief of Security, and I got pictures. I got videos of him when he was, this tiny little itty bitty thing. So I'm gonna start posting some stuff about him because he's apparently more popular than me. Imagine that, right?
You gonna create a separate channel for him?
No.
Or are you gonna piggyback his success?
Yes, I need him to get more subscribers. I'm not that dumb. I know I got something that works, and it happens to be him.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, but no, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Perpetrator. Yeah, it's difficult when we're talking about coins and we're talking about precious metals. It's been here since the beginning of time. So how do you come up with new stuff? Yeah, I totally agree. That's what I'm trying to do. Anybody ever talked about rare earth metals? How about the platinum group?
Other than I have a quarter of an ounce of it, that's a platinum.
Let's talk about titanium.
I missed out buying the Dept for rhodium.
Yeah, we all did.
When it got down to what, 12,500 an ounce, and now it's back up to 14 something again. So I missed the train on that one. So, oops.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It is. There's no easy answer. I recognize that. I'm tired of it though. I'm just so over it.
Yeah, it's
But what can I do? I'm nobody out here.
You and me both. I mean, between two of us, we don't have 1,000 subs.
Well, my fault is I'm not putting out enough content. So so the fault's on me. I accept that. That's my fault.
I put out content and take some videos. They watch, but most of them, I get 100 views, 120 views. Only having 600 subs, So obviously, my content fits a certain demographic, but not the coin community as a whole. It wasn't. I thought there would be more interest in some of the stuff that I do. I was wrong. That's okay. I'll pivot and I'll make some adjustments and see where it goes. That's all you can do. Just keep trying to improve, and you have to try to find a different angle. There's more than one way to be creative. And after a year of doing what I'm doing, I'm grateful for the subs that I have and the support that I do get. just didn't take off the way that I kind of envisioned it would, because it was something that nobody else is doing. But okay, I'll just figure something out. Now transfer and do it, what I can that's best. That also ties into, the hobby. And that's what this is. It's a hobby. I have fun with it. It's fun to get different series. Thanks to you, DoN, and the little trade we made, I now have all of the coins for the Black Flag series.
Cool. Thanks, SW. Thanks for joining us. Have a good evening, sir. Have a good evening.
See you, Silver Wolverine. So that's a cool series. Was it expensive to get the first two? Yeah, it was, because I missed out. Now I'm starting a new series with the Looney Tunes. I did get the Bugs Bunny. So I've got that series. The James Bond. Oh, there's yours. Yep. I can tell in the box where that came from. Yep.
Yeah, that's my loonies.
Yep. The James Bond card from the Royal Mint. They've done 2 of those. So I got, obviously, Diamonds Are Forever, which, shameless plug, if anybody needs one. I have a couple extras. And then I also found at a reasonable price the first one that they did, which was 2 years ago. They didn't put one out in 2021. I do not believe, at least I've not been able to find anything. So there's 2 in that series. Whether it stopped there or not, I don't know. Don't care. I think they're both cool bars. Personal collection, deep stack. Not getting rid of it. What's the other one that you turned me on to? The innovation, the icon of inspiration.
Yeah. Oh no, that was actually Stormy.
Stormy. So I've got.
Well, Stormy got me started on those.
Yeah. So I've got.
I FOMO. Yeah.
You FOMO me on. Well, you FOMO me on both of them. So now the next one to get caught up on is the Tesla series.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have Nick's Coins is still in here. The Morgan and Peace, the relaunch, the Take Do is the old movie from the 80s. That's a series that I plan on collecting. I like it. And I get the criticism. I understand it. Don't have anything. And I get it. I get the whole thing. I like them, so I'm buying them. If I could afford to get the original series, well, let me rephrase that. If I took the time to study to know what I'm looking for in the Morgan and Peace Dollar series when they first, the first original launch when it was actual currency,
yeah,
then I would probably do that. But I also don't want to get into something like that without any type of knowledge, because that's how you get burnt. So until I learn more about that, excuse me, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot with it. Unless, of course, they're graded or something like that. 1921, I know about the 1921 piece, and I know that it was a high relief and it was a very short run, and if it is in MS grade, it's worth a lot of money. A lot of money. So, again, but those are series. They're very niche within a niche, right? They're very specific.
Yes, they are. Yeah,
it's no different than Star Wars or anything else. There's different niches that they cater to. I know the Integral Mint does put out some fantastic coins and metals. Very limited and also pricey, but the quality is outstanding from the pictures that I've seen. I've never actually held one.
Is that the Germania stuff too, or is that two separate?
No, Integral is actually, I think they're made here in the United States, but they only do 500-piece runs.
Okay.
In their series, so it gets expensive, but very, very nice stuff.
Yeah, that's why I tell everybody. I get excuse me, I get asked often. How come you don't collect the Germania stuff? And my answer is, if I did, I'd go broke, because then I'd want to run back and get everything, because those things are just gorgeous.
Yeah,
vivid details and everything. I just no. You gotta. You gotta put, limits.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not, Elon Musk, where we can just say, okay, yeah, I want to go in and buy the whole series. What? That's going to be $5 million? Okay, here, I got that in my wallet. Doesn't happen. And with all the investments that I've made recently, with different things. Primarily the computer and some other things. I'm stuck with buying as they come out the silver stuff, and I have to put my stacking hat off to the side, and I probably won't be making any of those type of large type purchases until the fun show, which is in January. But I've also got a budget that I've got to...
Oh, did you just let something out of the bag?
What, did I have a budget? Oh.
No, not the budget.
I said possibly the fun show. Did I not? Did I misspeak?
Plausible deniability.
Did I say something?
You neither confirm nor deny, ladies and gentlemen. Neither confirm nor deny.
Yes. So I guess that was a long little ramble just to let you get your blood pressure down, to give your throat a rest for a second.
Yeah,
it's a hobby and it's fun, and but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, no. You brought up another big point that is missing in our community: the fun. Where's the fun? This is supposed to be fun, right? You collect coins because you enjoy them. I mean, even stacking, you stack because you enjoy it. The hunt of, okay, for a stacker, just using the very tight definition, stack for weight, right? Well, yeah. There's a thrill of going out there and finding that 10-ounce bar that's 50 cent over spot. That's the thrill. That's the thrill of the hunt. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
That's the fun true. Factor, and it's missing. It is missing. And that's one thing. And I'm going to put her on the spot. That's what I love about Mrs. Coin Crew. She's brought back the fun. I'm serious. We need more. We need to take her and clone her, and then send her out to all the channels and squirrel them. We need her to squirrel the coin and stacking community, because we need fun. It isn't just a fun day Sunday. It needs to be a fun day every day.
Yeah, I mean, it does need to be fun, and she definitely brings fun. And I honestly, I can tell you for a fact, I've met her in person, and she's just as fun in person when there's no camera on than when there's a camera on. And what you see on the screen, that's what you get when you see Mrs. Coin Crew.
I love it.
She's just a fun person. So I was fortunate enough to,
Yeah. But
to run into her, and I actually got a semi hug from her because she wasn't feeling the best that day, and she didn't want to get too close. But I still got I got almost like a bro hug, but I still got a hug.
I should just do a fist bump. Fist bump.
No. I told her I didn't care. Right? I wanted a somewhat of a hug. Yeah.
Well, you just met, in person. So, you got to, you got to develop a friendship and all that, one step at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I want to see more fun stuff out there. Okay, yeah, we need the news. Yeah, we need to know. We need to talk about spot. Yeah, we need to talk about who's got the best price in this and stuff. But another example. I have. Do you folks know Mr. MJ Boudreaux? His videos are so much fun. I love his videos. I will put his channel on when I'm working and just have it running, kind of, in the background, while I'm working. So I can just kind of look up, oh, that's neat. I didn't know about that, that the Lincoln sent in, 1946 did that or had something like that. That's cool. I'm learning. It's entertaining. Yep. And it's fun. I love it.
And they're short, quick little videos. Azure Blue, real quick. Thanks for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it. Enjoy time with your friends. And I hope you do have an incredible weekend.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like you're going to have fun, my friend. Thank you, good sir. Yes. Thank you for showing up tonight. And please pardon me for... yeah. So have a good time, my friend. Have a great time. That's awesome. Thank you.
So I didn't mean to interrupt, but yes, this girl puts out it's different content that nobody else is doing, and it's both educational and it's actually cool to listen to, right? And it's visually stimulating at the same time. So he's taken a very different approach. It's unique. When you see it, it's him that's putting on that video, right? That's exactly what we're talking about, right? It's just neat stuff. That's all. It's just different, and it's. I love it. Everybody has seen with 59%. But have you seen the blazing red with a filled R in Liberty or something minuscule that you really got to magnify to look at? It's just different, It's different. It's fun. It's fun stuff. And I don't think he's in here tonight, or he occasionally pops in, but yeah. So
there was one video he had, and I think it was there's that YouTube library of songs that you can use for free, so it doesn't cost you anything, and even if you're monetized, you're not penalized. You can use that music for free. He found this song, and it just made just the title of the song he used just absolutely. I couldn't stop laughing through the whole video. It was just about the song. It was like the title. It was like a kind of a country western song, and I think the title was "My Horse Just Died." Or something like that. I just read that, and because YouTube puts in the caption, "This is a YouTube authorized song," blah blah blah. And I saw that title, and I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "Oh my god, that's so funny!" I left a comment, and I told him, "Dude, the video was great, but I couldn't stop laughing because of the title of the song you picked. That was awesome." I don't know if that's the actual title, but it had something to do with a horse.
Well, that's the point, right? Something creative, something new, something entertaining, and short to the point. Normally, they're normally 3 to 5 minutes tops. So it's fun. So.
It is. I love it. I want to see more stuff like that personally. Mr. MJ Boudreaux, whatever you are, sir, keep it up. That you keep it up, sir. I love yours. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got Nick's coin. Okay, thanks for posting links, Andy. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, have you guys seen Nick's Coin's video about the beavers and using
Something
physics to solve a
yeah,
problem?
yeah. They do it every year. They had one last year too.
I love it. And then Mr. MJ Boudreaux used some footage to make a video. Oh, ooh, 1-2 punch. That was yeah. That yeah. See, we need that. We need content out there that puts a smile on people's face. Whether it's coins or doesn't matter. You know, we need more of that in this world. We do. Yeah. So you will see more of the chief of security and his antics for sure.
Mr. Resnick, you're right. Them jumping the dam. I got a little nervous there because the video didn't completely play out, but obviously he was sped up, killed the engine when it hit the dam, popped I'm guessing the outboard up so he didn't rip up the prop. And then they landed, and they were floating fairly quickly to the shoreline.
Yeah. That was awesome. And then Mr. MJ Boudreaux he took like a snapshot of the proof set, and it had like battle scars and bandages on it. And then when the moment of physics occurred, he had it flipping in the air, and they had a little swan dive into the creek. I needed that. When I saw actually both those videos, I needed that. That day is just I needed to see that. That was just
good night. Good night, Bad Gateway. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Bad Gateway. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh boy, yeah. We need. I probably said more than I should have, but that's okay. That's okay. This is the hole I dug myself in, and I'm going to dig myself out.
Yeah,
and I'm going to stay. And if I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
I just got a notification that you're live on my phone. On my phone, I just got a notification that you're live.
Wow, what's up with that?
So that was timely.
Oh, okay. Because as soon as you said that, I'm like,
my fault. It was reloading because it said it sent me a notification an hour ago.
I would like to. I want to add on something that is kind of near and dear to my heart, and it's got nothing to do with coins. Nothing to do with coins, or there are precious metals involved, but not in the way that you think. So, just if you would please just bear with me for a moment.
Yeah, Mrs. Coin Crew, I miss not being able to meddle with Dept anymore. That was a lot of fun. Ken O'Mine said you have no do-overs.
What's that? Oh, I'm out. I used up all my do-overs.
Yeah, well, it's not that I think that you can't. It's like toothpaste, right?
Can't put it back in.
You can't put it back in.
Yep. Yep. I just lost it. Where is it? Yeah, I think. Will this work? No.
Sorry, I've got to go off camera.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Let me share screen with you folks, and let's bring that up. For those that don't know, on this coming Monday at approximately 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, NASA will be launching the first of the new Artemis program to return humankind to the moon and eventually, hopefully, to Mars. So be sure to tune in and watch us return to the stars. I think that's it's important. And yeah, it's Project Artemis.
Now, doesn't NASA have a YouTube channel where they broadcast that live?
Yes, they do. And I had it up before the whole machine crashed and everything.
Okay.
So, but yeah, NASA they have a live stream channel. It's Kennedy Space Center, KC Kennedy Space KSC. I was about ready to say KFC. I was like, no, not the chicken. But yeah, they actually go on YouTube somewhere and just search on the Artemis launch, and you'll find a live stream. But NASA actually has one, and it's like staring right at the rocket, and it's out on the gantry, and for a little bit of nerdiness, it's on pad 39. Was it 39C, which is the same? Oh no, I'm sorry, launch pad 39 Bravo. It is the same launch pad that the Apollo program was launched from.
Yeah, when I did the tour, we were not allowed. They didn't take us down there because it was an active launch pad. They only took us.
Yeah,
we went to the launch pad where they did the original.
Mercury or the Gemini.
Yeah, where Mercury went up, and then they closed it down when the Mercury, and they literally just locked the building and left it.
Yeah,
so there's still ashtrays around with cigarette butts in it, and now obviously they've gone in and cleaned it up, and but basically it was shuttered for decades. When that program, then they had to move to a different launch site. They had to have a bigger control center. The control center was further away from the launch pad, and but when we were doing the tour, because that was an active launch pad, they did not allow us to go there. We did go to the Apollo launch pad where, unfortunately, the 3 astronauts died on the launch pad. And there's like a memorial plaque at that launch pad. But they ceased using it after that accident. And because they've got, that was like launch pad 6 or something like that. So they have a whole bunch of launch pads there. So I'm sorry I'm off camera, folks. My back's bothering me a little bit, so I'm up and down, and I'm trying to stretch it a little bit.
But yeah, anyway, this is it's scheduled the 29th, which is this coming Monday, and the launch window according to the news article, the launch window opens at 8:33 a.m. Eastern time. So factor in, and it's based on weather conditions and, rotation of the earth and, all that, astrophysics stuff that I don't know anything about.
Yeah. But and that's Eastern time.
Yeah. Eastern time. The window opens at 8, according to the article, 8:33 a.m. Eastern. And if that shows up, that is the Kennedy Space Center newsroom. That's the live feed looking at the pad 39 Bravo. And there she is. That's the Space Launch System. In this time, with the way our world is and economics and all that stuff, this is the thing I love about NASA. That's inspiration. That's looking to the future.
Well, that's also a joint venture, right?
This is a program that brings people together, and you feed the imagination of our future with this stuff. And that's why believe it or not, I was actually couldn't stand NASA. I thought they were, a waste of taxpayer money. And this Artemis program, they went into some, budget issues and stuff. But, we have to do this. We have to do this. Because this is how we as human beings are going to progress and become a better societies. We got to reach, that cliche, reach for the stars. I'm serious. And this is going to help us do that.
The space program brought so many innovations and inventions to everyday life that we rely on now, and it all goes back to the space program.
Yeah, and it isn't just about Tang,
which I never liked, by the way. It always had a funky aftertaste. I would like the little moon sticks they used to sell, the little chocolate sticks.
Oh, the freeze-dried ice cream.
Yeah, whatever they were. I used to like those. Now I'm aging myself, but
yeah, and well, what were some of the things? Velcro, microwave ovens, the integrated circuit, the computer, the calculator. I mean, when these guys had to go up, they had to have something to help them do, trajectory calculations and stuff like that. IBM, even if it wasn't for the space program, IBM would not be who they are today.
But the astronauts, well, everybody has probably seen the movie. I haven't seen it, but I do know from history that the astronauts didn't trust the new computer, which took up the size of a whole building.
No, they didn't.
They wanted certain individuals to do the calculations.
Yes, it was a great movie. I think it was put on. I think Disney did it, and man, the title escapes me, but it's a great movie, and it's this group of African American women, and when John Glenn, right?
I think it was John Glenn.
Yeah, they had issues or problems with his trajectory on his re-entry point to the Earth, and it was like too steep or something like that. So they had to figure out, how to adjust his re-entry so he wouldn't burn up.
Because his shield didn't come off properly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, something. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And he didn't trust what the computers were saying.
No, he told Houston or Capcom Control, he wanted those women to do the calculations.
Yeah, and he wasn't coming home until then.
Yep. And they brought him home, and John Glenn credits those women for bringing him home safe.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures, is that the movie? CG Coins? Yeah, Hidden Figures. Watch that.
Yeah.
Watch that. That will open your eyes to a lot of things. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up to kind of, for me to add on a positive note, because I will be looking forward to watching the launch of SLS and hopefully our return to space. I just think it's going to be great. So anyway, folks, I think I've said probably plenty. So thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing part of your Friday with us.
It's your show, so I lead first.
Okay. Let me stop. Let me stop this there. There we go.
So I just want to say thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks to the mods, Andy and Donald, and I'm not sure Rhonda was here earlier. So again, thank you everybody for coming in. My show will be going on Friday night. It is Friday night. Sunday night at 8:00, and I hope that most of you, if not all of you, can come in and join us. So, John, thanks for having me on. And 73, folks. I can't get my mouse to work. You want to kick me out?
What? I'm the one who's been having technical difficulties tonight, so. Okay. All right. Hey, folks, thank you for sharing part of your Friday evening with us. Appreciate it greatly. Please join us with Mr. Gen X Sunday night, 8. Did you say 8 p.m.? Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern on Gen X Collectible channel, YouTube channel, and I will keep my mouth shut. But we're going to make change. We're going to make change to this community, folks. We're going to do it together. Have a great Friday. Have a great, fun, and safe weekend, folks. And remember the first law of thermodynamics. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Rather, it can be altered in form. Therefore, transform your energy into a force for good.